Virtual reality lets us escape this cruel world, but inside the headset, there's something way darker. This is the ultimate VR iceberg, and you're about to see how deep it goes.
Meta, or Meta Horizon, is this virtual reality Facebook brand. Meta is basically the sole reason why virtual reality is this popular, because Meta has made Meta Quest 2, 3, 3S, and so many other things coming into the future.
J-Man Curly. J-Man Curly is a VR content creator that has 4.2 million subscribers. He is literally the sole reason why most VR games has a very young fan base. Gorilla Tag. Gorilla Tag is this free VR game of literally just being a gorilla and tagging people. And Gorilla Tag probably has the world record of how much children there is every singular day.
Quest 2 and 3. The Quest 2, 3, and 3S are very popular VR headsets. Every single Quest has been produced by Meta, aka Horizon.
Beat Saber. Beat Saber is one of the most popular VR games ever to exist, basically. If you somehow don't know what Beat Saber is this very popular VR rhythm game. All you do in Beat Saber is swing around lightsabers and hit blocks. That's literally all it is. VR Chat.
VR Chat is this very popular social VR game. It's also on PC, but that doesn't really matter.
VR Chat is mostly popular from clips like these.
Bothering me a lot.
How so?
Because it's irritating my eyes.
VR Chat just seems like a very innocent game, but it's really not. I will be talking about how bad VR Chat is next video. Job Simulator. Job Simulator is this very popular VR game where you just work at a job. I know, scary! All jokes aside, Job Simulator is this single player game where you just work at a job. Nothing really serious. There is also a spin-off of Job Simulator called Vacation Simulator. I'm pretty sure it's basically the same thing, but you do little mini games. Rec Room. Rec Room is probably the most popular social VR game, but right now it's dying like crazy hard. You can play Rec Room on any device, and it sounds like it's sponsored, but it's not. And you can play with friends and a bunch of games. It's kind of fun. I mean, it used to be, but still. Fun fact about this game, Mr. Beast actually collabed with Rec Room a very long time ago, but it was only a one-time thing. Pretty sure it came with a mini game and a bunch of cosmetics, but I think that was only it. Blade and Sorcery. Blade and Sorcery is a medieval VR sandbox game. There's a bunch of different ways you can defeat your enemies in Blade and Sorcery. You can defeat them with your own hands, you can defeat them with a bow and arrow, you can defeat them with only an arrow. There's a bunch of different ways. Fun fact about this game got VR Game of the Year back in 2024, which is actually crazy. This game actually used to be in beta, but now it doesn't update anymore, and they're only going to do bug fixes from now on. PBVV. PBVV is one of the first ever Gorilla Tag ghosts. If you don't know what a Gorilla Tag ghost is, just stay tuned, I will tell you in the next layer. PBVV was a very, very crazy guy, bro. He used to do a lot of things like banning people or kicking people out of Gorilla Tag, or even spawning a bunch of Gorilla Tag avatars all at once like crazy. I think I can find a screenshot of it. He was a salmon color, and he used to walk around the Red Bridge, if I can find a picture of that as well. This guy was very scary. It scared a lot of children. It was really funny back then. Ghost of Tabor. Ghost of Tabor is literally just like Escape from Tarkov, but in VR. There's a bunch of things that you can do in this game. You can collect a bunch of tangerines. Yes, people do that for some reason. You can have the best loot in the game. You can kill bosses. There's a lot of things that you can do in this game. Yes, there is bosses. Pavlov and Pavlov Shack. Pavlov has two versions. Pavlov, which is PC VR and PS VR, and Pavlov Shack. Pavlov Shack is Quest 2, 3S, and 3, and so on. Pavlov is very well known of their S&D mode and their TTT mode. Pavlov has built-in mods, which is really cool because they have modded game modes, maps, weapons, and so on. They also have weapon skins, but most of them don't really look good in my opinion. Pavlov is also well known of their community. Their community is really, really bad, but I will be talking about that later. The meta change. Before it was called Meta, it used to be called Oculus. I don't know why they changed this, but I think it might be because of marketing and stuff. But I really loved the old look of the Oculus logo over the Meta logo. It looks weird to me. I heard that they might change their logo again to the Meta Horizon logo, which is this. Scary, right? Orion Drift. Orion Drift is made by the same guys that made Gorilla Tag, but for some reason they kept the same movement, which is really odd. Orion Drift is basically Gorilla Tag and Rocket League if they had a baby. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Hand tracking. Hand tracking is, instead of using your regular old controllers, you use your hands for controllers. If I'm correct, only the Quest 2, 3, and 3S are the only ones that have hand tracking. Mixed reality. Mixed reality is you're playing a game, but you can see through your pass-through, if that makes sense. For example, imagine I'm playing Blade and Sorcery, but you don't see the map, and it's actually just my room that I'm playing in. That's basically what mixed reality is. Bone Lab. Bone Lab is this physics-based sandbox VR game. There's a lot of things you can do in this game, a lot of stuff. There's also built-in mods, but people really hate the modding community because of how bad most of the mods are. Gorilla Tag Ghosts. A Gorilla Tag Ghost is literally just hackers most of the time. Gorilla Tag Ghost is basically just a creepypasta of Gorilla Tag, but most of the time they are literally just hackers. For example, PBVV, we were just talking about him. So yeah, all it is just a creepypasta, and people actually think these are real ghosts, like dead people, but they are literally just hackers. Beyond Sandbox. Beyond Sandbox is a very, very realistic VR game. As I'm recording this is not out yet, but people really, really want to see this game. Me, myself, has made 3 or 4 videos of Beyond Sandbox so far, as I'm recording this, of course. There's a bunch of things you can do in Beyond Sandbox that we know of, like breaking bones, snapping necks, blood dripping, blood splatter. There's a lot of things. Heck, I made a video of what we're gonna see in Beyond Sandbox, if you want to check that out. Side Quest. Side Quest is basically a more darker version of the Meta Store. It's games that are not basically allowed on the Meta Store, or it's really hard to get on the Meta Store. Side Quest had a bunch of popular titles, like Pavlov Shack, Gorilla Tag, and way more other popular titles. App Lab.
App Lab was basically a group of early access games. It's very similar to SideQuest. It's basically another side of SideQuest. It was just a bunch of early access games, nothing that crazy.
Ghost of the Boar mod map. The Ghost of the Boar mod map has been seen in a bunch of their videos. What the mod map is just every single item, including NPCs, in a singular map. I don't know if I can find a screenshot of it. If I can, here's a picture of it. Gorilla Tag Clans. A Gorilla Tag Clan is a group of people that play Gorilla Tag and that are really good at the game. And if it's a big Gorilla Tag Clan, there can be tournaments where you can actually win money if you win. Nothing that crazy, it's really just a group of people that play Gorilla Tag. Mirror Addiction. The term mirror addiction is basically originated by VR chat or Rec Room. Mirror addiction is when someone is addicted by standing in the mirror or sitting down in the mirror or laying down the mirror. It's very common to find in games like VR chat or Rec Room, but you can also find them in sometimes Gorilla Tag. And you would think this isn't really that bad, but sometimes they would literally sit there for hours upon end, sometimes days. Sometimes they will be with a cuddle buddy, aka like their girlfriend or their boyfriend. 2018 to 2021 VR.
2018 to 2020 VR is basically the golden age of VR. Everyone was really nice, you can do whatever you wanted, and VR games were actually really fun. Man, I really miss those days of VR.
Lava Gang. Lava Gang is what Stress Level 0, aka the people that made Boneworks and Bone Lab, they call the modding community of Bone Lab Lava Gang.
People used to think that Lava Gang was like a big like thing. It was like part of the lore and stuff, but no, it's really not. It's just a group of modders. Minecraft VR. Minecraft VR is, well, you guessed it, Minecraft in VR. I remember a Quest version of this. It was on SideQuest. I think it was called QuestCraft, but I think it doesn't work anymore, and Minecraft VR will not update ever again. According to Mojang. Full body tracking. Full body tracking is when you can use your entire body in VR. So instead of only using your controllers in the headset, you can use your entire body, like your feet, your elbows, your neck, like literally everything. If I'm correct, this is an only PC VR exclusive.